In the book Applied Anthropology, Unexpected Methods and Spaces, Lauren Miller Griffith does a great job at explaining what sort of actions can be taken to make an impact in the field of educational anthropology. I personally think that there is a constant, unnecessary conflict that is going on between theory and practice. I have a communication teacher who is amazing at blending the two. His name is Professor Daniel Stout. He has been a professor since 1986 and he's retiring soon, next semester. It was a privilege that for me that he accepted to impart some of his knowledge with me. Aloha, Professor Stout. The first question is, what do you think about the theory and the practice aspect in our current school system? Like how these two things are being taught, if there is a balance, or how important these things are. So what are your thoughts about these two very important things?
Well, I think that's a really important question, and it occurs to me that there's an unnecessary tension between between this interplay between what we would call theory and what we would call practice, right? So we hear things like, that course is theoretically based, so it must not have value in the practical world, or that course is practical or too vocational, and it doesn't have enough of the analytical or theory part. So I have tried to synthesize these two very, very important elements of learning, theory and practice, in the classroom, and we see a creative synthesis all the time in the real world of those two things, right? If we think about marketing, in marketing, the idea of positioning a product in the mind of the consumer, well, that really derives from psychological theory of perception, and integrated marketing communication, IMC, which really stems from theories about organizational behavior. So really, out there in this professional world that we call it, there is a demand for people, for individuals who not only have skills but have this ability to draw from theory, to create new ideas, to be creative, to be productive in this ever-changing environment that we work in.
Some wise words. You may have a different opinion about this subject, and it is okay. I personally share the same school of thought adopted by Professor Stout. I talked to many other faculty members about this very important topic, how to blend theory and practice in an academic setting. And I talked to Professor MacArthur, who shared the same school of thought with Professor Stout. I talked to Professor Blimes in the political science department. This section is probably the one where I had the least impact because I do not have the adequate training in the field of faculty development yet. Rather than making an intervention, I simply tried to increase my understanding about this topic because it is one of those fields where I wouldn't mind work in a future job.